everyone. I'm adjusting the camera. I hope you all are having a very happy Friday. Hang on a minute, guys. All right, everyone. How is everyone this fine day? I'm going a little slow today. I'm sorry about that. Kind of like a setback, but we did a vote on whether to do the house side or the gem side or the garden, and the garden side won. So, I have several things to show you today. A lot of fun things. And give people a chance to come in. I've got the beautiful fairy fountain going, and I looked through my costume jewelry and I found some beautiful gems to also put in the fairy garden and some other things to go with it. I know not everybody can make every Friday. Since I'm on here live, I want to say real quick, my heart goes out to Sacred Emotions and Dimmy Dammit. Their mother passed away this week, and I respectfully gave them 3 days. And I posted a new video today getting ready for October, and we will also be doing the fairy garden for the holidays. And I have some awesome, neat things to show everyone as we go along. So let's get started. I don't have a lot of time. Usually my lives last about an hour and 20 minutes. I want to show you some of the beautiful gems, costume jewelry I came across. Looking for the gems, and I found this one. Beautiful, beautiful gem. And I love the fact that it looks like winter. So I am going to save these ones for the winter time. And a beautiful diamond heart. Beautiful diamond heart there. And I also have some other big gems. And here's a blue, a sapphire, and we have purple and little snowflake gems, which I love these. I can't wait to put these on my sticks for the winter time. It's a snowflake gem, and here's the matching one. And they are so beautiful. And here's a different kind of snowflake that I'll be using for the gems. We have gems in our garden, and the trolls are constantly coming in to steal the gems. And I have a fun Halloween project I did for you guys. I can't wait to put that in my gem garden. And here is the beautiful pearl and purple. It's just a beautiful flower. And that is some of the gems I found for our gem garden. So I will be putting those together. Hello, Paula. Good to see you this happy Friday, hon. Thank you for coming into the live. The garden side did win out. Now, I had gone to a auction, well, I should say a estate sale, and I came across a box of crafts. And in that box was these cute little snowflakes. Guys, I love these snowflakes. They are going to be awesome for the tree in the wintertime, for the holidays. You got to see this. Check this out. Isn't that adorable? And I will cut these down to fit the tree, but having those hang from the tree is going to be awesome. Just awesome. I am so happy with these. Let me hang it up there. There you go. Check that out, guys. That's going to look really fun for the winter and the holiday season. Really happy with that. Thank you, Paula. The flower is really pretty, isn't it? Well, that's true. I know you're always here, hon, and I want to thank you so much. I know not everyone can make every Friday, but I'll be there as a video if they can't make the live. At least they can watch the video at their leisure, but it's fun being able to talk to you guys. Now, we have, you guys seen some of the trees we've made for the garden, and we have to go ahead and put the grass down and seal the grass. So we're going to do that today, as well as I have some fun things to show you guys. I have a kit of flowers here, beautiful flowers that we can put together. And I also have a heart stick, and these will also get cut down. A heart stick as well as a round one. So we, depending on what the flower is and how well it'll go on here, and we can put them right down into the ground, making our flowers. And there's so many beautiful shaped flowers in this kit. And I am just in love with all these flower pieces. Check that out. And then maybe a little white one on top of that. Isn't that beautiful? And then we can put them down either on the grass itself, or we can put them in the pegs and have them sticking out a little bit. And we do wrap the silver with green tape so it matches the grass. And then this kit also has little tiny leaves in it. If you want to put leaves, and here's a bigger leaf. Just a fun flower kit that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby. And I just love all the beautiful flowers in here. And so we will be making those too. And I also have my grass ready for the ground for today. All right, let's get going. And I'll tell you what, guys, I love the fairy garden because you can change it out, move things around, always creating something new in my fairy garden, always looking for new houses, always looking for new things to put in there. And this month is gone. Did you guys ever feel like time is moving so fast and you just can't catch up with yourself? That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm much better from COVID. I'm over that. I was a little weak for a while, and that passed now, and it just seems like catching up is just hard. It seems like it's only 3 days until my birthday, 4 days. Today's the 23rd. No, 2 days until my birthday. And here it is, and I'm just like, wow, this month is almost gone. And now we're moving into October. Fun October. Lots of exciting games to put up on videos for you guys. A fun time, the fairy garden every Friday. It's just going to be an awesome month, but it seems like it goes so fast. It's like you're trying to catch up, and you can't, and it's really hard. Okay, I had to take a drink, and now we have I have my fairy grass all ready here. October's my baby brother's birthday. Oh, good. Hello, Queen Bee. Queenie Bee is now in the house, the fairy garden. And I had stated earlier the garden side won, so we're going to be working on our lawn. And you'll have to catch up with what I showed you, Queenie. I showed some gems from my jewelry I went through. It's costume jewelry. I always buy a bunch of costume jewelry whenever I go to estate sales or auctions because you can tear them apart and make other things with them. And so I went through that, and also the flowers. And today I have my lawn all put apart so we can get gluing that on. I'll show you guys how to do your lawn, and we will get started on that shortly. Queen Ashley's birthday is in October. You know what? My fiance's birthday is in October too, guys. October. That is a popular month. How fun is that? Hold on, guys. I gotta go get my multi-purpose glue for this grass. And I left it in the other room. I'll be right back. All right. Can't forget my multi-purpose glue. It works the best for the lawn. And you just take it, and I'm going to start with this side first, and we're going to work our way back, and so that the lawn looks like it's flowing. And then I have my river right here, and later on, after I do the lawn, I will in between Fridays, I will put the river banks on. But right now, we're going to do the lawn. So we're going to put our glue down in sections, guys. You always want to work in sections because you don't want to overdo yourself and get glue all over the place. And then you take with a tweezers, and you might want to let your glue sit for a few minutes, guys. The more it sits, the tackier it becomes. And so you take your tweezers and you get a lump of grass, and you just start piecing it on your garden. And then you kind of stretch it out, just like that. And the more you stretch it out, the better it is for you. Now, I am one who likes my grass a little heavier because that way I can pretend that the fairies are hiding amongst the heavy grass. And I'm not taking it right up to the water because that's where the riverbank will be. And so I just keep going along with my tweezers, putting the grass down where I want it. Now, don't worry about how your grass looks, guys, when you're putting it down. You can do all that after you get it all down. You can work with the top layers because the bottom layers have the glue on them. And so you are going to work with the top layers because if you ever want to take it off, you can. And so you make sure to get all your grass. Can you guys see that? You want to get all your grass around the fence. Now, tell me what you like better, guys. Do you like the flat grass or do you like it like this better? I like both. I like this for having a fountain or something heavy on. And then I like this in the garden, the heavier grass, where I can pretend the fairies are hiding from the trolls. All right, I need one more patch right there. I can see I need one more patch. My mom, lots of October birthdays in my family. Oh, no, Ashley. Yeah, I bet you she's busy in October. Paula likes it the way I have it, and Ashley likes both too. I do too. I like using both for that contrast. Whenever I'm doing crafting, I always like the contrast. Oh, do you guys remember last week when I told you that that wire, that thick twisted wire, would make a fun project? Wait until you see what I did for Halloween. And I will be showing that next Friday because October is right around the corner. Now, I am leaving the edge here blank because that is where the riverbank is going to go. And I'm going to show you guys what I will use for my riverbank. I am going to use this for my riverbank. Now, this is floral moss, and you can put this in your flower pots too, but I like to use it because it's a greenish brown and it makes a good pathway or riverbank. And then I will mix some of my green in with it to give it that watered down look. You know how water does the grass after a while, and it looks really awesome. So this is what I'll be using for the banks. All right, let's get moving. We need some more glue down, so we are going to move to the next section. And like I said, guys, don't, when you're doing your yard or your garden grass or whatever, don't worry about how it looks. And once you get it all glued down, then you can start playing with it. Now, when we come to this side of the garden, you want to, because we have the flat grass here, we are going to take it a little bit over the flat so that it blends right into the garden. And of course, they all use the garden gate anyway, so we don't have to worry if you live in the land of make-believe. And I love living in the land of make-believe when it comes to my fairy garden, that's for sure. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. Yep, I can't wait till we get it all done. It'll be all done for the winter and the beautiful holiday decorations and the fairies. And so it's going to look really nice when we get it done. And I really enjoy going live with my fairy garden so that people can be right there watching me do it and ask any questions if they have some questions. And so you just keep doing your sections. Now I'm just going to put a little bit here because I don't want to take it. Now if you get some little bits there, don't worry about it. You can put your glue right over it when you do your riverbank because that will connect the two. There. Now let's work on the other side, and that way we are even as we go. Oh, that looks so gorgeous. It's going to be a beautiful garden, guys. Beautiful. But let's go back to talking about how time is going so fast. I feel like sometimes, did you guys ever get the feeling where you're like, oh, do I really want to do this? What's the point? You just kind of lose your momentum, and it feels like time is going so fast, and you got to buck yourself up and say, okay, no more of this. Let's get going. You can't. To me, that I'm feeling sorry for myself when I feel that way. So I just buck myself up and continue to move on. All right, let's put some glue on this section here. And in a bit, you guys will see how I blend the grass into the already flat. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Bee. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to put this up by the fence, stretch it out a little bit, I don't want it as heavy as by the gate as I have in the rest of the lawn. I don't want that as heavy. You see how that looks, guys, in by the gate? Isn't that pretty? And so I'm not making that as heavy, and I did put a little brown in that one because it's by the gate where people walk. So I did make sure to put a little brown in that one. And then we're going to move to the next section, and on this section I am thinning this out so that it meshes right into the next. And I'll show you guys here in a minute. And it meshes right in with the other grass, the flat grass. There we go. Oh, how pretty is that? Can you guys see that right here? I will have to, let's move the girls here. We'll put them over here for now. And we will move this. So now, can you guys see that right there? And this is what I mean about, now what I'll do, I have it thick here and I thinned it out up here so that it looks like it's growing over to the flat. Now what I will do is put, you know how some lawns have little patches, and I will put the little patches in so that it blends really nice. But I don't want it as thick here because that's where we set up things. So we just want to make sure it only blends in. There, how does that look? And then I have the brown over here along the fencing where people walk. They come in and they walk along the riverbank. That's why you also want the riverbank to be kind of brown, because that's where people go to fish and they swim and they're constantly walking the banks. And so that's why it's a little brown. There, now it blends in really nicely. Okay, let's move on to the next section. And then we are going to still leave the room, and I'm going to put the glue right over the end of this too, just so the grass will adhere to that. And I'm going to take another patch. It's going to be also thinner. We definitely want it thinner so that it blends in with the other grass. So we're going to put it like this, and then we're going to stretch it, and it'll stick right down, and it looks like it's blending right into the other. And you can even flatten this. I have an old heavy iron that I use if I want to flatten it. I wait until the glue dries, and I take this really heavy iron, and I will show you guys that next week. And I lay it on the grass, and I leave it there for a couple of hours, and it will flatten it. So if you have, if you want a little flatter grass, you just go ahead and get something really heavy, and I'm sure a normal iron will work too. And I still have a little bit of glue here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I'll have to clean my stones later. Make sure none of it gets on that pathway to the riverbanks. And there, see how beautiful that blends in, guys? And it looks like it's all part of one yard. And there's no hump there. And I will take my iron, I think, and flatten this part a little more. Leave this up like this, but set the iron here so that it flattens this a little more. And it'll blend in even better after I flatten it. So that's how you do that when you have two different fairy grasses that you're using. And I just love using this on the garden part and the house part. It just looks so pretty. There, can you guys see that? Can you see how it blends right in to the next with the flat grass? But it looks so green and pretty. What a beautiful garden. All right, let's go ahead and get our glue down for right here over the other grass. And like I said, guys, it's okay to let it set a few minutes. The more the glue sits, the tackier it becomes and makes it really easy to stick down. The one thing I like about fairy gardens is it's a very, very stress-free, it takes your mind off any problems you're having, any health issues. I can sit here and move things around and think of other things to do, and it's a very relaxing pastime. So if you, just like Ashley, Queen Bee, she is building her house and her shopping area, and and I'm sure you will agree with me, Ashley, when you're working on that, you're thinking only of that. You're not thinking about your problems or the stress you're having, and it takes you to another place. And I really think everyone needs that, just like collecting dolls. I love collecting my dolls. I love going in and dusting them and looking at them and changing them. It's just so relaxing. And so when you have an illness like I do with MS and RSD, it really does take your mind off of things. And I think it's very beneficial to have something that you work on or a craft project you're doing. Very, very happy time for me when I'm doing that. How many of you have something you work on, or is it your reborns, or collecting something? How many are collecting something that makes you happy? Yes, correct, Queen Bee, correct. It is a stress reliever, and that's what I love about my fairy garden. And I love sharing it live so I can talk to everybody, show you how I do it. Now, how I do it is just ideas, guys. Just ideas. You do not have to do it exactly like I do. It's just an idea on how to craft your own fairy garden, because I can bet you there is someone else out there that can do it 10 times better than me. But that's okay. That's them. And I'm me. And this is my garden. So I don't worry about who can do it better. I worry about how I can do it. So you make your fairy garden the way you want it. This is just ideas on how to do it. All right. Let's get some more. Reborns, Barbies, and wigs. Yes. You know what? The wig sounds... do you actually make wigs, Ashley? Do you? Because I need a couple of wigs. I need some wigs. I've been looking at wigs online and I just can't find anything that makes me happy. All right, let's do this one section right here. Let's leave the glue sit a little bit. Do you actually make wigs, or do you just for yourself? I wished I could find a couple of good wigs. I really need wigs. I also like working on my reborns. When I got sick, I quit working on them because I don't want to paint when I'm not well, because I do not want to ruin the paint job. Ah, okay, I can't show that, Ashley, but thank you. I'll just hide it. Thank you, thank you. I can't show that, but I would appreciate that. You'll have to hook up with me so we can talk about that. All right. Let's get this in there and get it stretched out. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now, there, that section is done. And like I said, I am going to put the iron down because I think this side needs to be a little flatter so that it looks like it's coming downhill like that into the hill and the fountain and stuff, so the waterfall, I should say. And if you guys remember last week, I showed you what the trolls are after. They are after this beautiful fairy magic gem that has the magic water in it for the river. And that is what the trolls are looking for. And I have written a story about my fairy garden. I hope you guys love it. I will be posting that next week on a video. And it will give you some insight to why I made this the fall gem fairy garden. And I'm going to stick with the gem theme. Can't even talk. I'm going to stick with the gem theme throughout the holidays, even Halloween and Christmas. So I love the gems, and I'm going to get that story up I wrote. All right, I need a little more glue right here. Let's do this section. Now, some people want to be able to move their fairy gardens, but I do not have to move this. This is a permanent setting right here, so I can go ahead and glue it as close to the wall as I want to, because it will never move. All right, let's get some more grass up there. Oh my goodness, it's looking so good, guys. This is gonna be a beautiful. Now, of course, we can't put the trees on there now because I have to let the grass dry. We don't want to put anything on there or it'll come up through the grass and stick. And we don't want anything to be permanently glued down unless it's going to stay there forever. So, we are going to have to let this dry. Oh my goodness. Alright guys, it's almost done. We got one more section to do, and then we'll do this little section here. I think you guys can see it. Can you see the corner here in front of the fence? I'm going to do this too. Let's do that right now. Let me get my glue down. I'm going to go ahead and put my glue down here. And on the front here, on the front of the wood, I am going to put green there so it matches and flows in. You won't even know it's a piece of wood. It'll have the beautiful green tape there with some grass on it. I think that's going to look really pretty. All right. Now, let me get this here. And, you know, I don't worry about cleanup either, guys, because it is so easy to clean up. And I'm going to make it thin here, blend it right in, and I will flatten this a little more too. And we're going to put our grass right here so that it looks like it's coming over. And any areas, after your grass dries, you want to look at it again, and if you see any openings that you want to fill in, and I can do it now here. I just put a little more glue on top of the grass there, and I take a little bit of section of grass, and I'm going to put that right here so it fills in that hole right there. And see? Look at how gorgeous, guys. And I want to thin, and this is why you need your tweezers, because if you try to use your fingers, they get stuck to your fingers, and then you got glue and everything else on your hands. So I use my tweezers and wipe it with a tissue here when I get done. There you go. Now, see how beautiful that corner looks? Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then I will do the rest all the way down to the river, because I have the river flowing on the outside. And you guys couldn't, when I had the corner in the video, you guys couldn't see the fountain, so I had to make a choice, corner out or fountain in. And I know, even when I watch videos, I love to look at something pretty in the background also. So I decided to go ahead and leave where you could see the fountain. Oh, it turned out so nice, and I need just a little patch right here. Little bitty patch right there. So let me find a little bitty patch of grass. All right, and we're gonna put that right there. Yes. Yep, there we go. Now it filled in. And usually, while it's drying, I come back and look at it. And if I see a hole or I don't like the way something looks, I fill it in so it looks like a beautiful grassy garden patch. So you might want to come back and check your garden several times while it's drying, because as it dries, it does settle in. It does settle down. And then when I take my iron and flatten a certain section, it has to be semi-dry. I wouldn't set it on there right now, because then all the glue and the grass would stick to the iron. So I have to wait at least 30 to 35 minutes to let the glue harden and seal. Then I can set the iron on there. And look how beautiful that looks, rounded right into there. And I will make a little brown path right through here, so it looks like when they open the gate, they come right into that little path. The same kind of path that I am putting for the riverbank. All right, I need some more glue back here. And I am going to let this sit a few minutes because I want it to be a little more tackier than the rest of it. So I'm just going to let that sit a few minutes. Does anybody have any questions about fairy moss or how? I'm pretty sure you guys just watching, you get how to make the garden grass and flatten it and everything. But is there any other questions you might have about making a fairy garden? All right, beautiful. All right, now let's let that sit a few minutes. Let me find I want to find a big patch of grass right here. This'll do. Ooh, yes. And this even has some brown in it. I really like this, so I'm just gonna put that right there. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. I picked a beautiful patch there. All right, here's another beautiful patch. Wow, this looks really good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my, check that out, guys. How awesome is that? Boy, that looked like it fit for right there, didn't it? Oh my goodness. Flowed right in there. I want to get this down a little bit. I see a hole that I need to correct. Sometimes you see the holes right away. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there and find a tiny piece. I just need a tiny patch right here, and find a tiny patch to put right in there and fit it right in that hole. And there we have our beautiful fairy garden on its way. We have the river, we have the grass set up, and during the week, I will put the river banks on, and we will be ready next week to do our trees and our pearl tree and our ruby tree, along with the beautiful plants and the beautiful gems. And in the meantime, I will be looking for more gems to use. And I will also, what I do with my flowers? Okay, now we are going to let this dry, and I will keep checking it and flatten where it needs to be flattened. And what do you guys think? Do you like the fairy garden so far? It's going to be awesome. Let's go ahead and use the round one. And how about this one? Is this one pretty? This can be the back side. We can go ahead and put this one here. See, that's how that's gonna look. And then let's get a similar one and put that here. Beautiful. Greenery blends right in. So then we'll go with that one. And then let's see. Either this one or how about this one? See, if we put this one, oh yeah. And the gem will go right here in the middle. How does that flower look, guys? Is that pretty? Does it blend in with our garden? I love the way it looks. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. So let's go with this set. Do you guys like this set right here? I sure do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these down, take them back apart. And on the back side, and I like to use the multi-purpose because I'm working with several different things here. And so I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back side of my flower. Now, working with glue can be very testy, guys. You don't want to use too much, and you don't want to use too little. So you have to kind of, there we go. Now, we glue that down, and we have the base of our flower. Now, I will cut this down as needed, and it will be wrapped with green floral tape so it matches right into the grass. All right, so now we need to put glue on the back of this one. Let's see, make sure I got the back. All right, this is the, yeah, this is the back. Just a little bit on this one. You don't need a lot of glue on your secondary flower because it's going to get glue from the first flower. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. And you want to, when you use these rings like this, guys, push it in a little bit so it makes the flower have like a 3D. And you can get these, see how that looks 3D? And you can get those on Amazon. And when it dries, it'll dry just like that, like it looks 3D. All right, let's get our third piece on. And I'm going to have to look through my gems and see what color of gem that I want on in the middle of this beautiful flower. So let's go ahead and put the third piece on. And I want to push again so it can look 3D. Oh, beautiful. And there you have your flower. Isn't that gorgeous? And once the grass dries, I will put it down in, see how long I need it, and then go ahead and let me turn my flower just a little bit because we don't want no silver showing. There you go. Now, how beautiful is that? And we will have to let that dry so that we can work on the rest of it later. I'm going to put it right in there. And this multi-purpose glue, guys, it's made by, I think, Creative Basics or something like that. It is an awesome multi-purpose glue. If you guys can get your hands on some of this, it glues so many things. I just love this glue. And I do think the Dollar Tree has it, if I'm not mistaken. Now, don't take my word on that, guys. I don't remember that well, so I thought I saw it there, but you can get it, I believe, at the Dollar Tree. But your Dollar Tree might not have it. All right, and so there we go. Let's put our gate up there and just set it there for right now and see how that looks, guys. How does that look now? Beautiful. And we did our grass today. We did a flower. And I showed you guys the beautiful little snowflakes for the winter time. It'll look like it's snowing in my fairy garden. And Next month, I will show you guys, or not next month, I should say November, I will show you guys how to put snow in your garden and be able to take it back up without pulling your grass and your things up from your fairy garden. So that'll be something I'll teach you guys in November. But for the rest of September and next week, we are going to be moving into Halloween and our gems. We're keeping the fall gem theme for October. And like I said, guys, I have a beautiful story I have written about my fairy garden for you guys. And it does include the trolls trying to steal the magic water from the fairies. And we will, once our grass dries and we get the house section done next week, we will be able to set up all the fairies and make a beautiful fairy garden, an indoor fairy garden. All right, if you haven't signed up for our candles on the cake, that is going to be ending. And also the cake, the first game, the cake video, if you haven't played that, make sure to play that, because that is also going to end. There will be a video up on Monday about those. And don't forget about our beautiful Sunday word of the week. Every Sunday, words of encouragement, love, and hugs to everyone out there, my subscribers, as well as those who want to become a subscriber. Join us and have a lot of fun this holiday season. And every Friday, I will show you how I'm building my indoor fairy garden. And I want to thank you all for coming and being here with me on my fairy garden. Paula and Queen Bee, Ashley, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. And I hope you have a very beautiful Saturday and Sunday. And I will see you in another video.